Sirs, madams, and others on that spectrum, welcome back. My name is C28, and we got a mic now. Whoa, welcome to the 60th video log, where we have improved significantly from the first one. And yeah, I meant to do this last time, but I forgot. But now we got it, so that's pretty good. Yeah, so what happened today, I guess, in Introduction to Show Production? Well, to be honest, not a whole lot. We were primarily reviewing the signal flow stuff from the previous week. We'll get into a lot more in the next lecture, I believe. We had planned some stuff on lighting, but we didn't, or our instructor didn't want to rush through it. So instead, we went into a bit more of what the homework will be, and that's something a little bit more interesting to talk about. So we will talk about that instead. Yes. So, yeah, stage plotting and whatnot, input lists, patch lists, all that stuff. We previously talked about this in I think it was honestly still the first week. The first week we talked about this, and then we revisited it last week. But your input list is essentially a little document from your front of house engineer that tells the stagehands, people who are going to be, or stage techs, whoever, people in black clothing who will be putting stuff together, what the heck to do. So we're going to be putting that together for our homework. We have a little assignment here we're going to do. Calling it homework is kind of, I don't know, strange. I would have called it an assignment because we don't really have homework in Full Sail. You have like assignments, which I don't know, it just seems like a strange thing. Sometimes we get homework, but it's like, watch this video. Homework's like lower tier than assignment. I don't know. This feels like a pretty high tier thing. Anyway, yeah, so we have that input list, which is where do you plug things in? Your patch list, which is, or rather, sorry, I said that wrong. I was incorrect. Your input list is what channel on the mixer is this instrument or this thing, this line in going to go to. Then your patch list is how is it going to get there. So, as we talked about before with splitters, all stuff like that, you can have splitters that have their own individual channels that are completely separate from your front of house console. So your front of house console, your monitoring engineering console, all those two things are completely independent of whatever the heck is on a splitter. But you can plug a splitter into something that will send it over correctly to each channel on that console. Basically meaning if you have splitter A and splitter A has 6 channels, so channel 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, but you need to plug it into 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Well, you would say on the input list that's going to 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, but you would route them through A1, A2, A3, A4, A5, A6, like that. I don't know if the amount of items matched on both of those, but just pretend they did, because they're supposed to. And of course, you don't need to use all of them. Say you have a splitter, but you only really need to use 2. Well, you could do that. But generally, the splitter is nice because it keeps all your cables wrapped up in one sort of location where you don't need to worry about, all the cable management that you'd... Oh. Okay, I believe that has passed now. That's one benefit, I suppose, of using this is it can just completely gate out any noise I don't want to capture. Except when I'm speaking, of course, because it is a microphone that will pick up anything that's going into it from, of course, like this little cardioid path. So, probably shouldn't speak into it this way because it doesn't pick up very well this way. Or very stupidly, I should not talk into it this way because this is not really the best way to speak into it. You hear a lot of room noise. So ideally, I speak into it this way. Yes. I just taught you about polar patterns. Anyway, we're talking about the cable management with that. So, yes, if you have a lot of items that are going to be sequentially going into a location, instead of having all those cables home run somewhere, you use a splitter, which can do that for you. And you can route it all around your stage, do whatever. You can have it set to a splitter box, which already is set to push things out because it's like a static thing that never changes set to set to set to set. We're like, okay, we have this splitter box here. It's got like 24 inputs and outputs. So the 24 outputs are already all the way over the console. So you plug those in, you're good to go. So you don't need a home run to the console. But you can home run to that splitter, of course, unless you need to use a splitter box to go to or a splitter tiny box to go to the splitter big box. Anyway, basically, like I said before, extension cords. That's what we were going on about. Yes, so going into more detail, revisiting that. So the last little thing is we have to make a stage plot, which is just a little diagram of what the stage will look like. So we'll have little symbols that represent the individual instruments or the artists who are going to be using those instruments. And then we'll also have all of our stuff like direct input boxes, which you'd use for something like a bass or generally it's if you don't have a microphone, but you do want to directly have that output put into your, what is called splitter. To go to the console, you have a direct input box. So you can have it go in there, converts it the way that it should be to go into the splitter, boom. And I'm going to be dead honest with you. I don't know what it's doing. My thought process right now is that it's just converting it from TRS to, correction. No, I'm right. TRS to XLR. But I imagine it does other stuff too. Of course, I put mismodulations over there explaining what it does. As per usual, when I'm missing information. You'll find out later. I'll find out while I'm editing. Yes. So that's really about it for today. In Introduction to Show Production, we are really just revising stuff. We don't have a whole lot going on. But I imagine we're going to have a lot more going on in the near future, because we have a few labs coming up where we're going to be doing a lot more with setting up the stage. And our final thing for the course is we are going to be randomly assigned roles, and you just have to do your role. You have to be able to accomplish any task you're given perfectly within reason, and essentially get points off for everything that you don't know how to do. And you don't know what you're going to be assigned, so you need to know everything. You need to know how to be a front of house engineer, a monitoring engineer, how to be stagehands, how to hook up the direct input boxes, how to hook up the power, how to turn on the power, how to do all these things on stage. And if you don't, your grade gets negatively affected by it. So know it, please. But with that, I think that's about it for the Full Sail stuff. On to C28 business. Beep-whoop. We've swapped over to C28 stuff. Yeah, there's not really much. I did record some fun sounds yesterday for a video that I planned to upload yesterday, but I just didn't get to making it. One of the ideas I had would be, it would be really cool to make a bunch of ambient synth stuff. So I'm going to probably work on that video either tonight or tomorrow. Probably tomorrow. And yeah, it'll just be a fun little half hour, maybe an hour. I'll see how long I can do it for, but ideally an hour. And it'll just be like a bunch of ambient synth stuff. I won't be speaking to you. You'll just have the raw playthrough of like me playing the synth for an hour, just ambient stuff. No screeches, no disgusting, crazy, down-tempo electronic stuff, just like relaxing synth music. And I took my field recorder out yesterday to record just some ambient sounds in a park, you know, children screaming at each other and like the wind and trees and birds and stuff. So you'll have that in the background. Yeah. Still working on mixing the songs for the album. That's a slow process, that very slow process, but I am getting to it. Yeah. I should probably turn that into a video or two. I think it'd be cool to show you behind the scenes what that looks like. And Who Makes That Fire and I were talking about just recording one of our Zoom sessions, because we'll go on Zoom to go through things. Be like, hey, how do you want this to sound? This, so that's funny. Logic is in the background. I didn't realize I still had Logic up. Anyway, how do you want this to sound? Is this compressor right? And we'll just go through like the logistics of the mastering process typically, but we also do a little bit of mixing. So that'd be cool to record that session so you can learn some stuff. We always learn stuff from each other, which is great. So I always teach who something, and who always teaches me something, which is fun. I don't think there's much else for this video log. So what's it been? Yeah, 11 minutes is not bad. That's not bad for a video log. Anyway, yeah. So expect some fun ambient stuff from me, and then in the future, I should have more information on what we're doing in class. Yes. But what I will say, advice-wise, if you are taking this class soon, like next week, or not, no, you wouldn't be, next month, or anytime in the future, study the heck out of those manuals. Those manuals will be your best friend. I guarantee those manuals are going to be your best friend. You're going to have a bunch of manuals that you're going to be provided with that will help you in tests, but generally just study them. I'll be honest, I didn't do a great job with that. I should have studied the manuals more thoroughly. So instead of getting 100s, I got 90s or so, which I don't like too much. So if you don't want to get a 90 and you want 100, study the heck out of those manuals, and that will help you tremendously. Yes. But let's close out the video. So if you have any questions or comments, you can put those in the comment section below, and I will get back to them. And if they're really cool comments, interesting comments with fun little questions, I'll put them in the space around me and everyone else can see them. Whoa. But, of course, anyone can see them anyway because it's in the comment section. Yes. Yeah. If you enjoyed today's video, you can subscribe. If you super enjoyed it, you can join by hitting that little blue button that pops up after subscribe that spells out join. For $5 a month, you get access to the Discord server where all of the control voltages can chat with me and I chat with you and we just, do fun audio nerd stuff or maybe gaming. I don't know what we'll do in the future. We need more use. You also get early access to videos like this one, behind the scenes content, and more. We'll see what happens down the line. Yes, yes. Well, I hope you all take care of yourselves. God be with you. And goodbye, YouTube. Peace.